Your top story, the Supreme Court of Appeal has overturned the ruling that Janusz Walusz be released on parole. The court has referred the parole decision back to the Justice Minister Michael Masuta. The court has given Minister Masuta 90 days to make a decision on whether Walusz should get parole. Janusz Walusz was granted parole by the North Gauteng High Court, which the Justice Minister appealed. Janusz Walusz has been in jail for 24 years for assassinating SACP leader Chris Hani. PAC National Spokesperson Kenneth Mogatle now joins us on the phone line to discuss this further. Good afternoon to you, Spokesperson. Thank you for joining us here on ANN7. Just your reaction with regards to the Supreme Court of Appeal overturning that ruling that Janusz Walusz be released on parole.
Oh, thanks for having me, and firstly let me greet your viewers or your audience at home. As the case, we are saying that we are very much pleased and we are welcoming the decision by the High Court to refer the matter back to the Minister. But we must also emphasize that and give an advice to the Minister of Justice to say that when making such a very important decision, they must also reconsider or consider applicators who are still behind the bars today, who have never been given attention that Mr. Janusz Walusz has been receiving. So we are saying that they too should be considered to be removed from prison, because they have stayed for much longer time than they were supposed to be staying. Or in the first instance, they were not supposed to be in prison, especially after 2003, and we have done everything that any other person could have done. So we are saying that the minister should ensure that he consider every political prisoner that is in prison today. But we are also applauding our court today, because we have seen that even those with money, those who have access to courts, they too are being shown to face the might of the law, as we have seen with us that we have tried so many times to take the ministry to court, but we have failed because we do not have access. We cannot be able to afford such experienced senior counsels. We applaud the court to say that the minister, now it is in the hands of the minister to say that Mr. Janusz Walusz should remain in the prison or not. But in this regard, it's up to the family of Chris Hani to give the minister go ahead of what their wishes are. So the PAC cannot decide, but the PAC can only say that they want their own political prisoners out of prisons of this country.
I know you did say that the PAC cannot decide on a course of action here, but if you could decide, what would you want to see happen in this specific case?
Obviously, we would want the justice to be served. We would want Mr. Janusz Walusz, at least because the family of Chris Hani have not received a closure as to know who is really behind the murder or behind the assassination of the martyr of our freedom and Comrade Chris Hani. So they still want to find out the truth behind the assassination. They have not been told by thus far on what really happened on that day and who really deployed or ordered Mr. Janusz Walusz and his friend or to go and shoot Mr. or Comrade Chris Hani. So they deserve to know so that they can also have a closure, because keeping him in prison does not also help. Because what is needed by the family of Hani is for them to at least be privileged to some sense of truth, at least know on what really happened and who is really behind the assassination of Chris Hani. So keeping him in prison, we were thinking that at least because he really wants to get out of prison, then he will at least share with us, with the country, on what really happened. So it seems that he's not even determined, even today after 24 years, to tell us on really what really took place in the early 90s. So the family of Chris Hani have not yet received the truth. Obviously, they will want him to remain in jail, because he is not helping them to get the closure that they deserve.
Closure indeed. Well, thank you very much, National Spokesperson. We appreciate you speaking to us. That was PAC National Spokesperson joining us on the phone line, Mr. Kenneth Mohatle. But we are going to continue getting reaction here on ANN7. Also joining us on the phone line now is Solima Paila, SACP Deputy General Secretary. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us here on ANN7. Just reaction with regards to the Supreme Court of Appeal overturning that ruling that Yanush Walush be released on parole.
Yeah, good afternoon to our viewers. We really welcome the decision by the appeal court. We think it's important that they've shown Yanush Walush that his attitude that the parole is a right has been now proven that is not necessarily the case until he meets certain conditions. For instance, he has not shown any sense of remorse for the action that he has committed. He has not spoken the truth. He has further demonstrated condescending attitude towards the Hani family as well as the SACP, and his accomplice had further dampened our attitude to this question on the basis that when he died, he produced a secret feeling where he continued his arrogant and evil attitude towards the SACP and the ideology of communism. And therefore, the ruling is an important ruling. It now takes it back to Minister Masuta to take to relook into the matter, and we want to thank the minister as well for making the appeal from the Gauteng High Court earlier last year, which led to the matter now being taken to Bloemfontein.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mapaila, for your comment. We appreciate you talking to us here on ANN7. That was Mr. Solly Mapaila, SACP Deputy General Secretary, joining us on the phone line, just giving us reaction with regards to that ruling being overturned by the Supreme Court of Appeal that Yanush Walush be released on parole. Stay tuned to ANN7. We are going to keep you up to date with the latest details and developments in this regard.